Hey, everybody. Thanks for being here. I'm really glad to be part of this. My name is Oriole. I'm the head of partnerships at FolksFinance. FolksFinance is a DeFi platform that is aiming to match or improve on the experience of a centralized exchange, but of course, with the entire platform being built on DeFi primitives, such as smart contracts, blockchain technology, and everything that we know and love. Of course, the mission overall is to combine DeFi and traditional finance and actually bring these two worlds together. Now, decentralized systems have a lot of benefits, including increased transparency, more reliability. Obviously, you don't need a third party to oversee all the transactions. And the problem so far is that to access these benefits, it's largely very difficult for a mass market consumer to really want to learn about self-custody, managing their own wallets, and the risks of DeFi platforms. And so these essential issues are what we are trying to fix on FolksFinance. Right now, we have about I don't even know, 5 or 6 key products, but we started with a lending protocol. We launched in April of 2022. And so we've been live for about 1.5 years and maybe a little more than that. Starting with the lending protocol, that was our first release. Because we launched on Algorand. Algorand at the time needed lending protocols and DeFi applications to come and launch there. We weren't the first to launch, but we actually over time ended up dominating the chain, and I'll talk about that in the next slide. But first, I want to just describe to you our product suite. So of course, lending is the core, but we also offer borrowing, liquid staking, leverage trading, swapping. We have our own DEX router, we have our own price feed oracles, and we have an on and off ramp. So all these things I mentioned are things that you would be able to experience on a centralized exchange. But of course, we're not taking emails, we're not taking your KYC, and we don't have all these ridiculous fees that a centralized exchange may have. As I said, we started late on Algorand. There was already another lending protocol existing that had taken a significant share of the market. But since we've launched, we've actually become the biggest DeFi app on Algorand overall. Now we have actually about 75% of the entire TVL of Algorand, which currently is about $100 million. We also have $110,000 of monthly recurring revenue. This comes from profits from our liquid staking, our swapping. We take a bit of the borrow interest as well. And these just add up to multiple revenue streams that at the current moment make our company profitable. We make more money than we burn per month, which I'm sure is very rare in the DeFi scene. We have about 7,000 monthly active users, which is a deep community. They're very active. They love using Folks. And over 20,000 wallets have accessed the protocol, which, these are all numbers that they're great for now. But of course, we're looking to grow them significantly. We have a big active community as well, 30,000 people on X, over 10,000 on Discord, multiple thousands in Telegram and our newsletter. We love communicating with our community. They tell us what they like, what they want, and we just go. So we've taken over Algorand. Now what do we do? Well, of course, the logical step is to expand into different ecosystems. These will also unlock new revenue streams for us. So this is super important, and we want to spread our product, which we believe is the most advanced in the DeFi industry. Not just the most advanced, it's got the best UX. It's got a great experience. It's got a great flow. We need to bring that to more people. So we're going to be expanding with a cross-chain lending protocol. Now, I will explain this real quick because you may be thinking, well, there's already lending protocols that are on multiple chains. Well, let me differentiate, okay? There's multi-chain and then there's cross-chain. Multi-chain is, let's say you take an app and you copy it and you put it on a different blockchain. So you have an instance here, all these different blockchains. But the problem is, the user on the first chain can't interact with the user on the second chain or the third or the fourth. And the other issue is that the liquidity that is on each of these platforms is fragmented. And therefore, they won't be able to actually enjoy the full benefits of the platform. And their user experience will be worse, a lot worse, if there's low liquidity.
Yeah, so 1 minute left.
We want to do is take one chain and treat it as a hub where all the stable coins will be hosted. And then that chain connects with messaging layers such as Wormhole, Chainlink, and Layer 0. And you can access the lending protocol with any wallet from any chain, whatever the user prefers, whatever is their favorite, get deeper liquidity, faster speeds, and much more reliable reliable performance, excuse me. And of course, I'm going to skip this slide. I'm going to go to the investors. So we have some of the best investors in our seed round: Borderless, Jump, Coinbase Ventures, Parify, to name a few. Right now, we're going to be raising $2 million at a $50 million post-money valuation, gearing up for the token generation event after we launch the cross-chain lending protocol of the Folks token. That's aimed to be in Q2. And then following that, we will be expanding to a more mass market adoption play with a mobile app and a debit card that's linked to these DeFi tools. As you can see, adding more chains will inevitably bring more revenue to the protocol. And I am running out of time, but if anyone has any questions about this or our partnerships with institutions, we've won a few awards as well in the past year. And our team, which I'm very happy to talk about, our incredible team. I would love to go into more details, but I'll leave it to the questions for now. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Ibo. It's a truly remarkable initiative, and congratulations on the awards and already quite some users. Let me see if we have some questions coming up from our judges. So far, not yet, but could you perhaps share how you tackle security gaps? I mean, you have an amazing cross-chain DeFi hub. Last year, we have experienced over $4 billion in exploits. So how do you tackle these security challenges?
Right. Security is definitely one of the most important issues in blockchain right now, because the problem is all these contracts that are being built, especially the ones on Folks, you know, we built almost every contract uniquely. Like, these are new things, and the way we built it is completely, an upgraded system. It's an upgrade on the previous iterations, which are even, you know, only a few years old. We've been audited 7 times. We take auditing completely as one of the most serious investments that we can make. And I would say a majority of the funds that we expend outside of for the salaries of the employees would be to audits. And that's so important to us. We get every new feature audited twice, as well as we expose our code to bug bounty hackers and in competitions such as that. And so multiple people can actually compete to see if they can find bugs in the protocol. And that's what we'll be doing for the X lending. We also have a $200,000 bounty on Immunify. So that's another way that we're not only going for audits, but bringing in the community to help verify the safety of the protocol.
Amazing. Thank you for clarifying. It's great to hear how you tackle these security gaps. And a question from Masterblocks. So what are your biggest milestones that are mapped out next?
Definitely biggest milestones. I'm going to go to this slide real quick. Of course, Q1, we're trying to launch the cross-chain lending. So that will launch with a hub chain and probably 2 or 3 spoke chains, which will mean that the hub chain, which is somewhere, you know, choosing an EVM, I'm not going to reveal because it's, you know, under wraps right now, but it is a major EVM, and there will be probably 2 or 3 connected chains. Now, what people can do is they can, like I said, access this lending protocol from any of those chains and enjoy all the best benefits while minimizing the downside of fragmentation that we've seen in DeFi so far. Then following that, we're going to be going to the token generation event, which will probably come at the end of Q1 or sometime in Q2 of next year. That will be at the $50 million valuation that I mentioned before. And then we're going to be going to the mobile app and debit card, as well as adding many more chains to the cross-chain lending, because of course we want this to be a omni-chain protocol eventually.
Many thanks for clarifying, Ivo. We're also out of our time, so many thanks for joining.
Thank you.
It's our pleasure. Have a good one.